The question is how you made the selection of which Dubov pieces to include in the show.
So I already had artists in mind. I had already confirmed he wanted to be part of the show, and I reached out to other artists, so I kind of knew what some of the other art was going to look like. And so I just really tried to find pieces that I thought could kind of talk well with the other artists in the show. And so with that in mind, I was choosing pieces that would be paired well with some of the other things in the show.
So what was of the three, you got three in here, right? So why are those three? Like, what was the story?
Oh gosh.
This one, maybe I guess we can start here.
So we can start with this one. I mean, of course, the book itself is a book that I'm familiar with. So I also grew up on the East Coast and was entrenched in the New York art scene and minimalism and just the conversation around these three artists in New York. Obviously, it's very big and
Koons,
Warhol,
Duchamp, of course, yeah.
And so, that spoke to me personally, and also just the idea of, having to create a new idea of what art is, because they have turned it on its head, basically, with these pieces. And then thinking
which is the implication of the piece, in a way?
And the book. And so thinking of that with these bumper stickers, especially where you're taking poetry and putting it on the bumper of a car, that's really doing the same thing for poetry. It's like, you would never think you'd see these poets on your bumper of your car. So
that's amazing.
I like that.
Yeah.
Turning art on its head and making people think about what art is in a different way, and what artists can be, doing with their.
In a sense, all the great movements they came and turned something on their head, right? Whatever was going on, they kind of did that.
And I think there's always that notion of art can kind of be everything, but also each time you do that everything, there's that conflict with what's happened before and with what's coming next. And so, it's a continuing conversation, and each thing reacts against each other, and I like that conversation, and I like that opposing force as well. So.
Right, I love that. So and then the second piece, the second Dubov piece, that's an anchor tenet of the show. Should we talk about this one?
What is a thing?
What is a thing?
That title alone. What is a thing?
Okay.
First of all, we're talking about books here. What is a thing? What is a book? What is a book about in this show? And this shrine to this book is a lot about minimalism. What is a thing is minimalism. So all of the kind of famous minimalist artists are here.
Wow.
I just really like the way that gets you to question everything around it. What is a thing? Well, then you're going to look at that and say, what is a thing? And what is a thing? And, why is this about books? Why is that about books?
Right. So
questioning what's around you and what you're looking at.
What are these objects we're dealing with?
Exactly.
What are they here?
Is this a box or is it ceramics? We know it's not a box.
Right. Oh, yeah. Oh, there. Right.
Yeah.
It's a simulation of a box.
These are all cast.
Right. What material are they?
They're ceramic.
Ceramic. Oh, my God.
Yeah, they are very heavy.
Right.
Yeah.
You did lift the lid. You held the
lid very heavy.
a short while ago.
Yeah.
Okay, and then we have number 3.
Mm-hmm.
So what's your...
The two opposing phrases in significant form, and then of course around the side insignificant form. Right? So then it's playing on that idea of the significant form here, those insignificant forms there. So again, it's got that dichotomy.
Coke bottle. Is the Coke bottle a significant or insignificant thing?
Exactly.
So provoking the questions. What's that?
Provoking questions, exactly.
Yeah. Because that, I think, feels like all great art and art shows should make you leave interrogating.
Yes. I mean, I love art that gets you to think about other things and think about art you've seen before. And I mean, there's so much out there, and so much has been done already that it's easy to get kind of, you know, lost in just like looking at really great things. But like when you pair things a certain way, you can really force people to kind of ask those questions about things and think about it differently.
So I guess we haven't discussed this artist here in the center.
So there's two artists in the center, actually.
Okay.
Yeah. So the books on stands are Beckett Rivera, and then the hanging sculpture is Jenny Tudor Gray. So they both, of course, do folding with her pages, but in very different ways. Where Jenny is making a more abstract version of a folded book, and then Beckett is creating these very intricate scenes with his book pages. So it's again two different ways of, you know, deconstructing and then reconstructing the book.
Amazing. What a show. This is really a tour de force.
Thank you.
It was a really fun show to put together. Well, it feels fun. It feels whimsical, yet important.
Fun, and I think that because I have a love of books as well, like it just spoke to that. So like I had a lot of fun investigating and finding these artists and, you know, thinking about how I could, you know, have that conversation with all of their work. I really like it.
Congratulations.
Thank you.
Awesome.